Today is going to be a turning point for the channel. Today is going to be a turning point for my life entirely, because today is the day that we got the bees. We got the bees. We got the bees.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella shit.
Alright, hi everybody, this is Brent from Beekeeping in Paradise. And if you can see around me, I'm in the bee yard. I skipped the payag, went straight to the bee yard today. I'm here with my friend Degoy. And I got cousin Yick over here, co-star of the show. And today is going to be a turning point for the channel. Today is going to be a turning point for my life entirely, because today is the day that we got the bees. The bees are finally here, and they are sitting next to their permanent homes now. These bees were delivered at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I had to get out of bed at 2:45 this morning and go pick them up at the bus terminal. But we have 2 boxes of naturally mated Italian queens and daughters. And we have 2 boxes of F1 Buckfast bees. And we also have 1 box of Ken Ollie Black Caucasian bees. So we have a genetic mix, and there's a reason for that. I originally intended to go with all Italians. That's what I know. I know how they perform, and I know they do a good job. But in discussing this whole situation with my supplier, Mr. Edwin Madrid, amazing guy, Edwin Madrid. He's in the Manila area. He is the beekeeper for the Philippines. He is your bee supplier. Look him up on Facebook. Look him up on Facebook Messenger. He replies real fast. He's got excellent prices, and he arranges the delivery anywhere in the Philippines. Amazing job. But his service and expertise, spot on. Perfect. And he's been advising me all the way, and we came to an agreement that it would be best to have a genetic mix, since my goal here is to breed my own bees, and I'm not breeding for a specific trait. I'm not breeding for gentleness. I'm not breeding for honey production. I'm not breeding for hygienics. I'm not breeding for varroa resistance. I'm not that kind of a scientist yet, but I want to expand my apiary, and I want to do it as quickly as possible. So I'm going to breed for speed and for propagating my stock so that I can get my numbers up. So we're starting with 5 nucleus colonies. A nucleus colony is a queen bee, some drones, and all the rest, about 90%, 95% of the others are all worker bees. They come in one of these boxes on 5 frames. Those 5 frames are going to contain some food in the form of pollen, some food in the form of honey, and then the rest will be baby bees, about in all stages. Some will be eggs, some will be larvae, and some will be capped brood in the pupa stage. So now that they are in place, I'm going to take the straps off, and all I'm going to do is open the door on their travel boxes. I'm going to give them a few minutes to orient to their box, to the new location, to their new surroundings. The 3 of us are going to stand back, and we're going to hang out for maybe 10 minutes to a half an hour, and then we'll come back and I'll start transferring them from their travel box into their permanent box. And at that point, we leave them alone and we leave. And I'm not going to puff any smoke when I open them up. I will save the smoke for when we go to transfer them from one box to the other just to keep them calm. But for right now, I want them to get used to their surroundings, and I want them to calm down because they have had a very long trip, and it has been an arduous one for them. Trapped in these boxes for about 2.5 days without much of a drink. So let's get on with this. I already feel some of the native bees hanging around. So let's get suited up, and we'll get these going. Yik didn't know that we had to put suits on, but we're gonna put suits on today. So let's see what I've got in my, before we turn this off, let's see what I got in my bag of tricks. I do have some cardboard to get my smoker lit. I have a level because I want to check the hives for level again. I've got my smoker here, and got my trusty grungy suit for Yik because that's the most protection. So you can put that on. I've got my veil for myself, just a string veil. I got some long gloves for Yik, just in case you get nervous. And let's see, I brought 2 hive tools. I've got my shiny multi-tool and my favorite one, the Craftsman pry bar. This one just fits in your hand perfectly. It's just, oh, this one feels good. But I do like the frame lifter on the back end of this one. So I like them both, so I bring them both. And I've got some extra mosquito net style hats just in case. I got one for Degoy here. You can, just to keep it off of your, just put it over your head, and that'll keep them off of your face. There you go. Look at there. Excellent. All right, Yik's getting suited up. Yep, you got to zip it all the way up. Yeah. I washed that before I brought it to the Philippines. It's already clean, but it's a little stained. There you go. That flips over. Ta-da! And then zipper here on the side, all the way to the front, and one more on this side. There you go. And then no, there's a there's a Velcro here that's stuck. Oh, okay, it's already on. It's good. Yeah, you're good, because it's supposed to close up right there. So, okay, you're good. And you got gloves here if you want. These are very big gloves. I know you have little hands, but those are my size. And they go all the way up to the elbow. You might not need them. Mine is a little simpler. A little bit of a cross between the one Degoy has and Yik has. This one's very old-fashioned. If you watch some of my older videos, you'll see me wearing this back in Indiana. This is my favorite kind. It's ugly, but fashion doesn't mean anything in beekeeping. I'm ready. I'm protected. Yik is ready. She's all protected. Degoy's protected on his face. Keep him handsome so he won't get all lumpy. But now we've only got one more thing to do, and that's just to open the door and let these girls out. Gonna let them out ahead of time and let them get settled in. There's another screen inside.
Oh.
Okay. So.
Oh, they didn't know us.
All right, we're doing this all at one time. So.
Oh, they didn't know us. And then it's on top of.
Okay. Well, that explains it. Elation and green. All foundation. Foundation and green. Okay. That'll spread out my genetics. One thing that I did with these top frames, the bees are going to fit directly into the bottom box. 5 frames in the bottom, or in their travel box, are going to equal 5 frames in their new box. But they're going to want to expand right away, so I've got 5 extra frames to put on top, and they've got starter strips and wire, and they've got alternating full sheets of foundation to help them start their wax. But in one of each variety, one of the Buckfast, one of the Caucasian, and one of the Italians, I'm putting in a green drone comb because I do want to breed these bees. I am going to need as many drones as possible to help on new queen mating flights. So I want to make some boy bees right away. So I've got 1 frame of drone comb in each species. So that's what those are for. I need to light the smoker.
Oh, smoking.
First thing with the smoker, if you've got new equipment and you get a brand new smoker, it comes with this plate in the bottom, and this is for ventilation. You need to bend these tabs, these feet, you need to bend those down so that this will stand up inside the smoker and give you a place for the air to go through. So you set that down like a table inside there. I'm going to roll this up. Make sure it'll fit. There we go. Okay, now there's some bees on the lid. I want to make sure that the queen isn't on here. So now, dump those there. And they have a pollen patty on top as food. Oh, I think the queen is in a cage. Now they've got syrup and the babies in there. You can see the honey in there.
And one smell, this, no smoke.
It's okay, they can smell it.
No.
No? That's okay. One down, 4 to go. Took a little while.
What is it, baby doing? Huh? Uka na, ane, uka. Ulit mo rin. Ane. Ulit mo rin is dry.
Oh, you got a dry one?
Yeah. Ulit mo. Ulit mo.
Thank you. Okay, we have a working smoker. And then
Uka na ni. Nawa na ano na ito.
Alright. Now I got this figured out. The queen is in a cage, which is not attached to anything. So I need to be careful to remove her. Get the bees down off of her. She looks good. I'll put her up here so she doesn't fall back into the bottom of the box like the first one did. that process for the other two. I know my battery's getting a little bit low, and we'll talk about what we did after I finish up. But that's 3 out of 5, and it's the process is exactly the same. Take the tape off, crack the lid, let them start to crawl out and get comfortable with their surroundings. Give them a little puff of smoke, transfer them frame by frame exactly in the same order into the new box. Bump the rest of the bees into the box, make sure the queen is released, move on to the next one. Right, there we have it. All 5. Starting on the right, Canali Caucasian. I think I may have said Carniolean before, but that's a Canali Caucasian, and then 2 F1 Buckfast, and down here all by themselves are 2 hybrid Italians, naturally mated. Now what I did was I set the travel nuke boxes in front, and then I put for these, there was a lot of bees inside the cage, so I put their queen cage on the front entrance to kind of help give them that smell, and it seems to have worked. They're gathering on the front entrance and going inside. See, I put a brick on top, laying down. That's going to keep my plywood lids flat, and they're ratchet strapped down, and you could almost play a tune on there. They're going to be pretty safe from blowing over. And I just followed that same pattern all the way along. Put the box out front, in front of the front door. Then they can congregate, get the smell, move inside. Same thing here. Oh, this one's almost totally cleared out. There's just a few stragglers left in there. They've all moved in. And then these last 2 that I just did, they've still got a few stragglers. But you'll see that the bees they seem disoriented, and they are. 2 days ago, they were in a happy home in Manila. Then they got stuck in a nuke box with no way out, and they were in there for 2 days on a truck getting bounced around, or in a van. At least it was air conditioned. It's nice. And then they arrive here and get on another bouncy truck, and now they're trying to reset their GPS. It is cloudy today. That's not good for them. If it was a sunny day, it would be better, because they'd be able to use the sun as a reference point on how to get back home. But what they're doing, if you'll look, they're flying in a circle and they're resetting their GPS. They're recalibrating everything. You can really see it on the Italians down there. They have very typical Italian behavior. Just hovering around the front door, going in, going out, probably getting to work already. And I can see them further and further away. Now, when I first did this, they were hovering right above the box. They weren't going anywhere. But now, all the way back here and into the trees, I still have the bees flying right around me, and I'm a good 10-15 feet away. So they're becoming more comfortable. They're learning their surroundings. They will go home. They'll be fine. They've oriented pretty well. They're starting to go out and explore, look for something to forage on, and then they're finding their way back to their hives, which is absolutely amazing. And I just love sitting back and watching this. I know I'm going to have an armchair out here, or some kind of a plastic chair to sit and relax and watch this action, because I know these are going to be some very happy bees. job number one for them right now is to draw comb so that they can expand. And I've given them that opportunity by putting in the empty frames and starter strips. Boy, we struggled with the smoker today. I've never had that problem before. Normally I take a piece of newspaper, crumple it up, start it on fire, throw in a bunch of dead leaves and pine straw, and I'm good. Today I thought to myself, well, I've got all this coconut husk. Well, the coconut husk that I found was absolutely sodden, and even though I brought some thick cardboard with me, I had a hard time getting the thick cardboard to light. It would char and then it would start to smoke, but I had a hard time getting it to light, and it was dry. It's been in my house, but then I added the damp coconut to it once I got the cardboard started, and it would just go out. So Digoy saved the day, came over with some dried coconut husk that he had from his house, and the fire got too hot. So then I was trying to do a balancing act for the rest of the time we were doing this, between adding dry coconut, getting the fire going, then stuffing in the wet coconut husk on top. I'm learning that dry coconut is fantastic for starting your smoker, but you've got to have some other kind of a leaf to put on top to keep it going. Just putting in more coconut and more coconut just makes a roaring inferno inside of your smoker, and that's not good. When your smoker becomes hot to handle and you feel the heat radiating off of it, that's not good for the bees. They don't like it. So that's about it for today. Those are my first impressions. Edwin Madrid knocked it out of the park, came up with some amazing bees, sent them over, got them here safely, fair price, fair man, honest man, great guy to do business with. Highly recommend him. Look him up on Facebook, look him up on Facebook Messenger. He's on the Beekeeping in the Philippines Facebook page. I believe he might be a moderator for that. So look up the page, search for Edwin Madrid. If you're interested in buying your bees, tell him Beekeeping in Paradise sent you. It'd be nice to know that you saw and you heard about him from me. Okay, so give him a shout out if you need bees in the Philippines, and let's keep this hobby going. Let's make this business work. I'm ready. I'm excited. Once again, I'm Brent. This is Beekeeping in Paradise, reminding you, no matter where in the world you are, if you've got bees, when you get your bees, you are definitely beekeeping in paradise. Be well, be safe, be kind. God bless. I love you all.